Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for the city of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. And in this video I am taking on the third and final of the Umbral Equinox LUFENIA stages, Umbral Equinox Noctis. And for this I am not bringing Noctis whatsoever, I am instead bringing a team of Terra, Iroha and Tifa with a Cloud of Darkness friend and an Odin summon. So I'm basically bringing this team because I always have problems dealing actual bravery damage to these bosses after they reach below the 50% threshold. I did play this blind the first time and I basically threw all my debuffs on the bosses and was in for a very, very rude awakening once they got all the way down to the 49% HP threshold, which is where they just become extremely, extremely obnoxious to deal with. So that's why I'm bringing in Faris and Shantotto, so we will be able to deal some kind of damage to them. I'm bringing in Odin as well, just to drop the enemy defense even further, and we've got Kurasame because HP damage bonus. I'm not using Kura for the freaking for the Imperil because that's almost going to be meaningless on that stage. In fact, this is why I brought Terra. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into it. Basically, the biggest problem that I have with these bosses is that when they reach below 50% health, even if you stick all the defense debuffs on them in the world and increase your brave damage, you still do like almost nothing to them. Now, one of the best things that you can do to actually counteract this is to let them get turns at the beginning and let one of them start floating in the air. So you will actually be able to deal damage to the dude that is floating and just not the other one. It will make sense, okay? It'll make sense. For now, have some Kurasame. Skill 1, call ability. I promise it will make sense later. And I probably should have used that before I used Kura, but whatever. So let's get up Iroha, by far one of my favourite LD, like, actual passives in the game. The whole bravery retain thing every time you dump, I really, really like that. I'm a big fan of that. So we're going to do this, and then I might as well Meteor Crusher onto B as well. Because not only does this like greatly increase the amount of damage you do in multi-HP dump attacks, it also lets you attack and still retain bravery at the end, which is really, really nice. What is not really, really nice is B over here is about to hit us with all sorts of nonsense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Faris LD call ability, because we are actually going to need this skill 1 call for a dispel once the enemies reach below 50%. But for the time being, we're just going to do this one. And I need A to become unbroken. Well, I actually don't, because we've got HP refunds, so I'm just going to do this for the speed down. And it's going to shave down B as well. So we should still have some bravery, which we do, which is very nice. So that thing's going to do Thunder Spit. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna eat a Flare Star here, and that's just going to get Odin up for everyone. Which is, I mean, yeah, I can't say you love to see it because I really do not love to see that. But you know, we are where we are, and we need to let A start floating. That is a thing that we need to happen. So for the time being, I'm just going to go with the normal rotations on everyone, the normal abilities. Like, this is the place where I would use Cloud of Darkness, but to be honest, I'm probably not even going to use the COD Friend at this point because I've realised how much damage we're doing. I'll use the EX with, what's-her-face, Iroha straight away. And here comes the countdown. Of course, here comes the countdown. This is where it's not a bad idea to use COD as well, to be honest, because the enemies need to be broken to increase the LUFENIA orb. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use a regular ass beat rush. And I'm going to skill 1 to heal up. There we go. We're not fully healed, but that's fine. Okay, so now A is floating. which is what we wanted. So now that A is in the air, when we take them below the 50% HP threshold, it'll be a lot less shit. Okay, so what do I do? I think here I'm going to run through Cord as fast as possible, and we'll also increase the orbs in the process. So I'm going to swap out Terra for Cord here. If I'm going to use the friend at all, this is where I use it. We should be able to burn through its turns pretty fast. And we can just spam LD to get breaks, which increases the orbs. So we won't need to worry about the orbs very much, if at all. And it's also going to charge the summon up, so we're going to go into summon phase, so we don't have to worry about that either. Which is very, very, very nice. Okie dokie. 3-person launch, why the hell not? There we go. Okie dokie. Now I can actually go into the... I can attack you. Unfortunately, I will not have the Imperil for this attack, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, what can you do? We'll have plenty of shield to go around. Man, just look at that. Iroha LD in full force there. Can we scam turn rate with Tifa? No, we cannot. We can absolutely, however, continue to scam Cord burst follow-ups out of Tifa. That is a thing we can do. And we get the free turns, and then I can do this. And then this is where they're just going to start floating and just be completely full of bullshit. And then, like, yeah, B floating like this is really not what we want to see, like, at all. To be honest, this is just nightmare level. Okay, so I'm gonna attack A because I ain't doing any damage to this guy over here. Look at this shit. There's just no way. It's not happening. I may do this, but what I will do actually is I am going to. I'm going to Rage Bio, and then I'm going to Salvation Scythe. And then I'm going to, like, Skill 2 and then go into Summon. If I'm lucky, then the Odin from the Summon is actually going to instantly break B. But I will not expect this to happen, I will just hope that it happens. Okay, no, we're getting below the threshold, and then we don't have to worry about it. That's even better. Oh, and it did work. It worked just like I said it was going to. We broke it. So let me just launch B to get it even further delayed, because I do not need that thing taking turns anytime soon. There we go. Nicely yeeted out of the way, and Cord, of course, does absolutely no damage. Okay. So this is where Kurasami comes in. See the difference in bravery damage? They're both floating, but I can guarantee you that even when we dispel all this with Faris, we're still not really going to be doing anything to B, which is largely why I brought in Terra. Okay, that's like a big part of the reason that Terra is here. And Iroha. Iroha helps you deal damage without having to deal damage, which is always really nice when that happens. So I should be able to do this and get the free turn, and then she's just going to swap out into Terra, and then Terra's going to burst, and it's just going to be happy fun times from there. So let's check the HP requirement. We are well within spec for that, which is excelente. There we go. And ooh, that launch is nice. I'm definitely going to be taking that, like, more or less, not straight away, but soon enough. Gonna slap you with a Riot Blade. We are going to Chaos Wave here. Absolutely. And yeah, the launch is coming with this. So it's pretty much over at this point. There's nothing more I need to do. But actually having one of them in the air really helps, because not only can you like farm it for bravery damage when you use Meteor, for example, like this instead of Meltdown, but I can also use my burst finisher on it, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep spamming Meteors to the dude on the left. But the dude on the right is going to earn itself an Ultima for its trouble. I wish I had Terra's blue armor. Well, I don't. I don't think I'll be using Terra too much after this point until her Burst Plus comes out. But she's still absolutely very good for stages like this, especially where you start to have shaving problems, but if you don't need to worry about the Lufenia Orb. So I don't even need to let them take a turn anymore at this point. Let's just farm it for damage, shall we? Yeah, there we go. You know what? Might as well just use this as part of the same loop. No need to let that turn counter increase for no reason. Well, if this doesn't finish it, then the next attack almost assuredly will. Okay, yeah, there we are. So let's see how much this reduces damage, shall we? Okay, answer not enough. There we go. That is going to be the third and final Umbral Equinox out of the way. Courtesy of Terra being amazing, and a hell of a lot of LD call abilities. Like, I certainly hope that everyone picked up Faris, because she's incredibly useful. I threw tickets at Shantotto. I didn't have Shantotto's LD for the longest time, even though I did have a burst weapon. But because my pulse for Setzer went pretty well, I figured I'd pick up Shantotto as well, because a framed defense drop of 100% plus is something that may potentially be useful going forwards into Lufenia Plus, because I know we have lots of bravery damage increases, but defense drops are kind of a bit rarer, so the strong ones like Faris and Shantotto I'm definitely going to pick up. So thanks everyone for watching, I hope you all enjoyed, and until the next time I will say, take care and goodbye.